What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. Today I got the small guard straight lockdown for a small guard. This is like your Pat Bev type build, your Alex Caruso, your whatever other Drew Holiday type, but he's also still good offensively because if you make a small guard, you can pretty much do all around. But the primary focus is being a lock, so that's what we're going with. And yeah, we're basically just gonna get into the build. Also, always like to spread the word in my intros. So from John chapter, where we at? John chapter 8, verse 7. They kept demanding an answer, so we stood up again and said, all right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. So that was John chapter 8, verse 7. And just to give you guys some context with that, in case you don't know, basically a woman was caught in adultery back then and well, during the situation, and everybody was like, what should we do with her? Basically asking Jesus questions, and people was trying to stone her and all that. Everybody was like, let's stone her, basically. And Jesus was like, all right, that's fine, but the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. And then everybody backed away because nobody could throw the first stone because nobody has lived a life free of sin but Jesus. So basically what I'm trying to get at, or what the word is trying to get at too, is we should really treat others with forgiveness, A, respect, B, and plenty of other things. But it's more so that we shouldn't just look at the faults, the sins, the mistakes of others when we've all made the same faults, mistakes, and sin. So we can't just look at other people's stuff and act like we live blameless lives, because we don't. Nobody has. But we can't just look at other people's and point those out and try to put those on a pedestal and act like we're perfect, because we're not. We're no better than the next person. We're all equal at the end of the day, we're all equal. So we really shouldn't just try to put people down because they did something wrong or they made a mistake or they did this when we ourselves went through the same thing. So we should try to lift each other up at the end of the day, and we should treat each other with forgiveness and love, because that's how God treats us. That's how Jesus treated us and treats us. So we should try to do our best to imitate that and treat others the same way. So getting into the build now, we're gonna go with a point guard. We're gonna go 6'3". We're gonna make him fat. We're gonna make him 217, and then we're gonna go 6'9" wingspan. So he's a lock. What are we in? I don't even know what season we're in anymore, but he's a lock. We got cap breakers, so you know the deal. We're putting our perimeter at a 94. We're gonna cap breaker 5 of those, get it to a 99. Same thing with steal, get that to a 99 as well. And then those are two of the most important things with being a perimeter lock as a guard. Then next most important thing is your strength. So we moved our weight up to get the strength, and right here is this badge right here. Movable enforcer on goal is going to be one of the best badges that you can get as a defender. Well, not on goal, obviously. You want it as high as possible, but as a small guard, you don't want to be super fat and super slow. So I went with the 85. I felt like goal was really solid, and then it's a tier 2 badge too, so you can max +1 it, and then you're just going to be strapping everybody, and you're going to have that on off. Next most important thing is we're going to go agility at a 90. That's going to help you slide laterally quicker and turn. Everything is going to be quicker. So that's why you always want high speed and high agility as a defender. And speed, I went with a 91. Tried to go higher, really couldn't, but yeah, so that was that. Then he's a point guard, so I felt like ball handle was the next most important thing. I like De'Aaron Fox. You can get crafty with De'Aaron Fox. You don't need Steve Francis. So I went with the 89 ball handle for the De'Aaron Fox. And then speed with ball, I wanted the gold lightning launch, so I went with the 86. Pass act, I went 75. Did I go 75? I did go 75. Just cause you really don't need it there. You can go down more to a 71, but as a point guard, I would say 71 minimum, but I went 75 just cause you get a little more oomph on your passes. Now, this is where you could kind of play around with. Personally, what I did with this one, I went with an 83 ball, and then I went with an 84 midi, and then I'm gonna put 5 of the cap breakers on midi, get it to an 89, and then you get the goal set shot. You get every jump shot that you pretty much need, every base and everything. So I think the 84 midi, 5 cap breakers there, get that to 89, and then put your other whatever cap breakers right here on your perimeter and steal, but focus on the perimeter and steal if you're making the lock, and then that'll give you that. And then this is where I was stuck before, so I put my layup up, and then I was like, you know what, let me see how much dunk I can get with this little oomph right here. So what I did was I brought my dunk all the way up, and I realized that I can get a lot of dunk. So even there's a few different ways you can play it. So I tried to max out my dunk, and I was like, let's see how high we can max it. I also went free throw because this is is kind of like a fives build, so I went with a little bit of free throw. Same thing, raise it up, lower it down, do what you do. But honestly, let's see how we can do this, because I made this a little differently. And then you can go 75 here. Yeah, I like this better, just like this. And then this last little oomph you can kind of put anywhere. Let's see, this last little oomph, I like everything how it is, to be honest with you. So you can go a little more driving, you really don't need it. I went with the 87 to get that silver poster. I had it at a 90, but I bring it down and then bring vert up too, just so you can get the dunks. Speed with ball, you're not gonna get nothing more. Pass sack, you can go if you want to, but honestly, everything else is really solid. I don't think you need to do, it's nothing mandatory. So this last little like slither that you have, you can put anywhere. Personal preference, I will go speed or agility. So yeah, 91 seems good to me. And then just put this last one on free throw. And that's your small guard, your Pat Bev, your Drew Holiday, whatever. As you can see, you can still get a bucket, but he's really just gonna be strapping everything. And he's gonna be flying around the court. Let's see what shades we get. Baron Davis, Drew Holiday, DeJounte Murray. I told you it was Drew. Baron Davis, I guess I can see it. DeJounte, I guess I can see it too. But you see he comes out a little chubby as a two-way, three-level shot creator. Solid build, and you get all the SIGs and everything that you need. But since he's a lock, you don't really need SIGs. You just need a good motion style. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. And yeah, that last like slither, like I say with all my builds really, just do it based off of your play style. Though this is a lock, if you're playing more of a different game mode, like if you're not running fives, then you don't really need this 82 free throw. Bring it down. You're not gonna get much for it, but you can bring it down. Just do what you gotta do based off the game mode you play and your play style too. If you need Steve Francis, go get Steve Francis. Bring your driving dunk. Like, do what you gotta do to get what you need and your preference. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. That's the pure lockdown defender as a point guard. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.